Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Jeep and Things /reviews. Got a couple new flashlights in, new to me. One of them's fairly new to Olight, the Oclip Pro, and the other I have the Prowess. And you could see, and I'm just doing this real quick, you could see yard needs them on. I'm fixing them over the yard. But after it gets dark, the telephone pole from where I'm standing, once it gets good and dark, that pole light up there will be on, but it won't affect us because you can see, focus right up there, get my hand out so it'll refocus. There's a telephone pole on top of the power line. That telephone pole is, I've measured it before, and it's approximately 130 yards. So when it gets dark, we're going to see if they'll reach it. Now, each of these flashlights, they're not throwers per se. Especially the Prowess, it has a 245 meter max throw, 5,000 lumens. The Olight Clip Pro has a 120 meter throw. So what we're going to do, wait till it gets dark and just see how it lights up the yard and maybe take a walk around back. But that's what it looks like during the daylight. I have my camera setting on 1. In other words, it's not zoomed in. It's not spaced halfway to where it pans everything out. You're seeing what I'm seeing. For example, oh, there we go. We've got it panned out. Well, there we go. We've got it zoomed in. Now we're at, basically you're seeing what I'm seeing. So let's let it get dark. We'll just do a quick video on the 2 new lights I have, and we'll kind of go over them when we get in this evening and before we start the test. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, everyone, it is dark outside. So before we go out and do the test, just to see how much light they'll throw, this isn't going to be a super in-depth review. I'm just curious because I have not taken them out at night. I received the Oclip Pro today, and I received the Prowess yesterday. This light, if I'm not mistaken, came out in around Christmas, when their big Christmas sale. This one's been out approximately a year. They've got a sale going on now. It's July 3rd. I will get this video out tonight. The sale goes through July the 4th, tomorrow. I believe it goes till midnight. But you can go to their website, check it out, and see, because they've got some pretty good deals going on. Now, just for reference, this is the original Oclip, which I already had. I got it when it came out. You can see the size difference. The main difference is the Oclip Pro, and we'll turn it on. You have to hold and push. And if you're interested, and because there are several videos out on this, on the UI on both of these, just let me know in the comments. I'll do a full, just a UI video, just to let you know how everything works. But you've got this switch on the side. So that brings on your red light. Now, one difference is this has SOS. This one has SOS, I believe. It's 4 lumens. This can go up to 40 lumen. Then you put it on the spotlight. We'll turn out the light. We won't turn on the full juice till we get outside. We'll get it off moonlight mode. You can see there's a spotlight. Then if we click it over, and that's what I'm going to do, it goes to a floodlight. It's kind of so floody that you can't see it. Let me go back to spotlight. And we'll test this out outside. We'll flick it back to spotlight. You can see the spotlight on it. Once again, I believe the spotlight's 340. I should have this in front of me. The floodlight's 500. Max is 120 meters on the spotlight. The Prowess, and we'll turn the light back on. The neat thing about this little light is, first of all, it has a 245 meter max distance. The thing with this light, you'll see this little switch here. We'll turn it on, and you've got a bottom light. Hold, and it'll flash at max. Really throws out a good area. Hold it down again. It'll start to dim. Flick it up. And then you got your regular light. So we'll turn it off so it goes to moonlight mode. And you can see it's got 6 LEDs in the center. Anytime you see a flashlight that's got 6 LEDs, that's not going to be for throw. And when I say throw, we're talking 500 meters, 1,000. Just for real quick reference, and then we'll get to the main thing, is just seeing how well they do at night. That's more of a spreader, if you will. Now my Warrior X Turbo, which we're going to have right here, and this has a max of 5,000 lumens. So just for reference, look at the head of it. The Warrior X Turbo has a max 1,100 lumens, but it's got, and I would be way off, 100-something thousand candela, but look how deep the reflector is. Look how deep the bulb is in there. And that's where you get your throw. So that is 1,000 meters, just for reference. And you can see how large the head is to really get that deep inset in there on the light and to really be a max thrower. But that's not what we're here for tonight. If you want to see a video on that, shining way out there, we'll do that too. But we're going to take the Prowess and the Olight Oclip Pro out and see how they do. Okay, just get ready for the summer insect, the cicadas, so whatever. They're in full force. Okay, remember the first clip we had? Everybody say hello to Nipsey. You know, if I got a video, Nipsey's going to be in it. And she's 12 years old. Ain't that right, Nipsey? Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. There's the light we told you about. We'll do the Oclip Pro first. So, way up there out yonder on the hill, I really don't think the Oclip Pro is going to hit it because that is about 120, 25 yards. So we're going to turn it on. We're going to go to the red light. Press and hold. There's your SOS. And let's just walk over here a little bit to where it's a little darker, because the red light obviously isn't going to be for distance, but hey, it's got a pretty bright red light. We'll get over here where it's a little bit dark. Press and hold again. We're going to double tap the side. There is your, you know, if you're out in the woods at night, you want to be seen, but as far as wildlife, just turn toward the camera a little bit. That's your 40 lumen. Turn it off. And now we'll go to, we're going to do floodlight first. There's the floodlight. Let's get over here where it's a little bit away from the pole light. This is low. We'll get in the shadow here of this tree to give you a little bit better. Okay, there's low. Hold it. There's medium. This is on the flood. Once again, we'll get out of the, there you go. There's bright. So it definitely lights it up. Let's do turbo. There's your turbo. On this little Oclip. That's on the flood. So let's go back to low. Now we will do the spotlight. All right, you can see the spotlight. That's low. There's medium. And we're hitting the trees on out in the woods. There's high. And we've got something going across the backyard there. Let's do turbo. I don't know if that's a possum or an armadillo or what. I'll have to check that out later. That's fancy. Nipsey, get around there to that critter. Go around there to that critter. Don't know if y'all saw that, but on the big tree that was closer, not the trees that aren't in the woods, something was coming skirting out of the woods. I'm going to guess it's a possum or an armadillo. I've been seeing where they've been trying to dig around places, so I may have to come back out in a little bit and check on that. But here we go. We're gonna see if we've got it on spotlight. Let's stand under here. That's low. I can barely see the pole. Take the light down. You can kind of see the pole anyways. So let's go high. Oh yeah, there you go. This little light at 120 yards. Let's do turbo, take it off, put it on, turbo. Boom, look at that. I'm gonna back up to make it official here. Look at that. This is spotlight just shining around the yard. Really kind of impressed with this little light. Look at that little thing, the Oclip. We're gonna take it off the light, or off the pole, shine it on the pole. Just for kicks and grins, let's turn it on low. We'll do flood. There's high. Turbo, oh, turbo. No, it's not gonna happen on that. But if you double click, 1, 2, oh. It does have a strobe on it. Okay, so that is that. Now let's go with the Prowess, as the skeeters are really starting to get out here. And just a note, this bottom cap does come off. It is USB-C rechargeable. Take the cap off and you got your magnet charger. So, the Prowess, it is on low. There's medium. There's high. Sorry, there's high. Let's see. There you go. We can see it. Turbo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let's walk around the side here. You got it on low. Come on, Nitsy. Let's go see what this critter is out here. And we'll do the little same beam pattern in the backyard where it's a little darker out from that pole light. Once again, we're on low. Here we go. There's low. There's medium. There's high. Put the light down. You can see it's dark. Put the light up. I'm sorry, there's high. That was not high. There we go. Now turbo. Lord Jesus. I mean, the beam's going from the top of the tree. You can see how I'm holding my hand. The beam's going from the top of the tree all the way down. This lights up a very, very bright, a broad area, if I should say. Let's click her down. There's your little light on that. Let's click it back up. Turbo. Very impressed with this light, and I can tell it's attracting the mosquitoes. So the final thoughts as we walk in, super bright. And this does, when you have the cap on bottom, which we can't really see here because let's get up here in a little bit of light. The little cap that I took off, when you put that on, right there you go. That will screw, and Olight does make a tripod for this. I have 2 tripods, one that'll stretch up to 4 foot tall, one's about 1 foot tall. It will work on those. It'll work on your standard tripod, so that way if you're camping, turn it down a little bit. And this isn't on high, by the way. It's just, you can set it up and it'll light up an area. Basically what I use this for is, I put it on the nightstand. That way if the wife's in bed, I'll turn it all the way. This is going to go to high. let's turn it down to low. I just leave it on low, turn it on, and as we go back into the house here, I'll just turn it on the side of the bed while if she's already in bed asleep, while I'm putting my knife and everything else back on the counter, it doesn't wake her up. And even at low, we'll turn out the lights in here. Even on low, it puts out a pretty good light. Let's turn it back on high. And if you had it setting up, get down the hall here where it's dark, turn it off. There you go. So it shines pretty good. Anyhow, just a quick video. Hope you enjoyed. That lets you know what the beam patterns look like. And you can see I've been having other Olights out here. But there you go. That's what it looks like for the 2 new Olights. Not necessarily new, but new to me. Y'all have a great evening.